Ballet has always been a love of mine from childhood, and now it's been nice to see it evolve into my new art, which is design and my love for bridal and evening wear.
Oleg Cassini dressed some of the most beautiful women of the 20th and 21st centuries, so we like to honor the shapes and the simplicity and the beauty of what Oleg Cassini is known for.
Alyne and Rivini were inspired by acceptance and empowerment for women. Today's women are part of creating tomorrow's culture for society.
Something that really inspired Dany was taking something that was so classic, like a classic silhouette, a classic structure, but giving it more of a modern interpretation.
We're here at Gracy Accad doing this beautiful, gorgeous look for her today. The look for makeup is really just soft and subdued. It's more of a warm, beigey tone on the eyes, taking the color all the way from the lash line and just draping it up to the eyebrows. It's really just pulling that warmth to the skin. So we're just contouring the face with some soft cheek tones, and then the lip is very, very soft and natural, but hydrated. On your wedding day, you don't want to be worrying about dry lips, so we're making sure that the skin is all balanced and prepped and doing a beautiful look that'll last throughout the day.
So today we're going through and we're prepping the hair with some hold products, the Aveda Texture Tonic and Pure Abundant Style Prep, and then we're going in and curling the hair, pulling it into a ponytail and kind of strategically placing the curls and the bands. It's very big, very ethereal. It's got some really cool like banding texture in it to keep it very young and very chic looking. Very floaty and kind of free. Think of an angel like cascading down.
The inspiration for this collection this season is ephemeral beauty and my first love, the ballet. When you think of ballet, you think of graceful and beautiful and poise and determination and all those things I think you could see throughout our collection. Ballet has always been a love of mine from childhood, and now it's been nice to see it evolve into my new art, which is design and my love for bridal and evening wear. And I hope it resonates throughout. This season you'll see a lot of different French fabrics and laces, different textures, a lot of fine embroideries, everything's hand done, always some organza for the airiness and the lightweight. You'll still see our classic ball gowns and some hand-painted fabrics that I'm really excited about. Everything's very airy and whimsical.
I thought the collection was beautiful. It was elegant. You had a little bit of traditional, but you definitely had modern with those open backs and those crop tops. It was really elegant. I really loved that Victorian, Edwardian looking dress with the high neck, but then it had the very open back. That was stunning. There was that little short, like looked like a motorcycle jacket, and that was super fun if you wanted to wear it to like a welcome party or rehearsal dinner look.
I thought Gracy's collection was very fresh, young, and sophisticated at the same time. And she had a variety of looks that were like a hint of ready to wear, and then a traditional bride. But I love the pink ball skirt with the lace crop top. That was adorable. And there was just a lot of nice ideas. I think she really nailed it. I thought it was great.
We have a combination of our non-traditional pieces, all with different textures and fabrics and refined embroidery. I think we offer a variety of silhouettes for every kind of bride, from the fitted silhouettes, the fit and flare, and then the big ball gowns that we're known for. Our finale dress went missing, and this is our new one that was finished 1 a.m. last night, but we're very excited about it, and we're excited for the show. We're a New York-based brand for that girl that appreciates a well-crafted and timeless garment with some refined embellishment. I would describe our bride as the modern romantic. She's very feminine, but she still wants to feel current and cool.
The look is beautiful, thick, full hair, like a lot of body, and all the girls have longer hair because the dress is so beautiful. You don't want to do too much, to the hair. So it's going to be just very natural and blow dried really well and very full body, and that's it.
We're doing a makeup look it's like the moonlight is shining on them. So we've got like a lot of highlight on the eyes, highlight on the nose, highlights on the lips. But it's an evening look. It's kind of a retro glam, 1950s, Elizabeth Taylor sort of eye with a very soft, pale mouth and just natural looking skin, and then with just using those highlighters like little moonbeams on the eyes, and little moonbeams coming across the lip.
This season's inspiration is love and romance. We want to always remember what the bride is looking for, and that really is that feeling of their most beautiful self on the day of their wedding. So as we approach the dress, we want to make this magical experience. So every choice that we're making and the silhouettes and shapes harken back to our roots, which is all about elegance. Oleg Cassini dressed some of the most beautiful women of the 20th and 21st centuries. So we like to honor the shapes and the simplicity and the beauty of what Oleg Cassini is known for. Our customer is someone who's looking for elegance, but has an adventurous spirit. The women that Oleg Cassini dressed, Marilyn Monroe, Jacqueline Kennedy for the White House, Grace Kelly, Taylor Swift even, these are women that are iconic. They resonated with the culture. The way I look at it is, it's about the energy of the bride wearing it. So there are different types of people out there. There are those that are very elegant and regal, and there are those that are wild and fun, and there are those that are a mix, and probably we're a little bit of everything at the end of the day. But the bride usually wants to have a sense of tradition and a sense of beauty, and so I would say even in our short dresses, there's still a sense of elegance and regalness.
I have to say, you can always count on Oleg Cassini to bring the sparkle and bring the elegance, but there were a few surprises in here too, which was also really refreshing to see. A lot of brides we find are looking for things that are a little bit more casual to really reflect their personal style on their wedding day. The short dress, the sequin pantsuit, the little feather mini, they're so fun, and a lot of brides are wearing them whether they're wearing them to their wedding or maybe to their events surrounding their wedding day, the rehearsal dinner, the morning after brunch, the engagement party.
The show was amazing. Just beautiful, fresh styles. I love the mix of glamour and fashion. I think what's really great is that Oleg designs for a broad group of women, from a very clean and sophisticated woman who appreciates the design to a woman that's more traditional. And the collection really covers a lot of bases and fills a lot of needs for a lot of women.
We have a couple of stories, a color story, black and white. We have a silver story going on. So we've got a lot of treatment on the sleeves, off the shoulder, cap sleeves, and a very 30s-esque kind of silhouette. And then we have our great classic mermaid shapes and ball gown shapes. You will see organza and lace, and you will see some beaded. We went and did some adventurous dresses for the bride that is not traditional.
I'm wearing a beautiful, amazing dress. This dress, I'm so in love with it. It's very long, it's very elegant, it's very amazing. And I have a big, long cape. I feel like an angel. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
I love how they reinvent themselves every season. They're very classical brand where you think you would know what to expect from them, but they always bring something new and innovating.
It's one of my favorite shows. First of all, the dresses are stunning. You always feel beautiful wearing them, and they're always so different. And everyone here is so amazing. It's like a big family, and I really, as a motto, I respect that.
Have a lot of fun. This is your wedding. It's really, don't want it to be boring. You want it to be fun. Your life is something to be lived. So that's what we say with our dress, live. We have this incredible legacy here, and Oleg was always a trendsetter. So we bring all these elements of our legacy into what we do. To leave you with the thought, this is the bride's moment. It's a beautiful union, and so what we want to do is celebrate that beauty.
For spring 2019, Alyne and Rivini were inspired by acceptance and empowerment for women. All the cultural direction led me into this direction, and today's women, they are part of creating tomorrow's culture for society. I feel that they all need to be empowered, and I want to be inspiring them to bring out their courage and empower them. The embellishment for this season are harnesses done in a gilver tone of various crystals and chains mixed in with them. The harnesses are definitely a more edgy direction for bridal. They're a little bit symbolic for me, and it's about harnessing your inner empowerment and bringing out your strength for all women. You're going to see an array of modern laces mixed in with clean and strong modern silhouettes. It's a little bit difficult for me to actually select one dress because every design starts off as a sketch on a piece of paper, and then it comes together, and throughout its journey there's always challenges. And the great thing about the challenges is that it brings you to another direction, and it allows you to actually solidify that style and make it better than what it actually started off as on paper. On this dress here, we've got like the embroidered scallop that adorns the edge of the neckline. But one of my favorites is the second one here, and this is all laser cut lace. The bodice is hand applied, and then we've got the lovely sheer strap that makes it look like it's floating on your body. And then the skirt has a very easy, slightly bohemian feeling to it. This Rivini gown here is made out of neo duchess, and it's got the gilver off the shoulder. It's an illusion cold shoulder. You've got a strap and off the shoulder beaded strap, and it's fabulous because the structure of this fabric is so that it creates the illusion of regalness, and it makes you look taller, which is quite incredible, and the boning makes you definitely look like you're perfectly straight and tall. The array of silhouettes ranges from pantsuits. I've got truly transparent lace suits to power suits in a very luxurious pebbled Oxford cloth, embellished with delicate crystals. I've got jumpsuits that are translucent in lace, and we'll go into a lot of sheaths and gentle silhouettes, and it ranges right into enormous ball gowns. My philosophy is that as a designer, there is something that I can offer for every bride to be able to select from. Everything is still with my identity behind it, but the silhouettes are various so that every bride can feel fabulous on her wedding day.
הקולקציה הזו באה מתוך תקופה של שנות ה-20, ה-30.
The inspiration really started from the era of the 1920s leading up to the 1940s.
ובכלל,
something that really inspired Dany was taking something that was so classic, like a classic silhouette, a classic structure, but giving it more of a modern interpretation.
ששנות בין ה-20 עד שנות ה-40.
Something that he believes should be more current. That's really where the inspiration came from.
הטכנולוגיה החדשה של...
It's inspired by the 1920s, but there are things that have changed since then in the process of actually creating a dress.
של התקופה הנוכחית של עכשיו.
A lot of things today are handcrafted. The other thing that's different is also the materials that are available today that may not have been available in the 1920s.
לא יודע איך להסביר את זה.
Sexy, that seems to be the prevalent theme with Dany Mizrachi always, making that classic silhouette but also making it very sexy and relevant today.
סקסי. יש פה איזה בין הרבה...
There were a few dresses that were a little bit more challenging for him to actually create. And there are about 4 or 5 different ones where the construction was a little bit more complicated for him. He didn't think he'd be able to actually achieve what he wanted to with the dresses, but he's actually really excited at how they turned out. So he can't wait for you guys to see them.
ניתנים לעשייה.